well, there was a large manhunt for several hours. How challenging was that for your team to be involved in that? Were any staff taken off and replaced by officers from another district to support them?
The investigation obviously is ongoing. I absolutely admire the resilience of our people at a time like this. Obviously, shortly after the event unfolded, around about 10:30 on Friday, and we knew that our colleagues had been hurt. A member of the public had been hurt, and we soon learnt that Matt had died. We had a job to do. Police officers remained focused, professional and respectful to that job. So as tough as it is for all of us, we're all human too. We're mums and dads, brothers and sisters and sons and daughters, but we've got a job to do, and total admiration for the staff that continued on their duty, and that continues now and will continue for many weeks in terms of the investigation.
Naila, seeing that growing flower wall outside the station, what does that really mean when you're showing up to work each day in a difficult circumstance, seeing the support of the community behind you all?
Our people are just so humbled by the generosity of the community. It's the flowers, it's the phone calls, it's the emails, it's the cakes and biscuits and, little cards written by kids. We're collecting them and we're taking photos of them. It's our people feel just so humbled and so grateful that New Zealanders have wrapped around us so tightly.
What will it be that you'll remember Matt for the most?
His professionalism. He was an outstanding police officer. Having spoken to his colleagues, having spoken to his mum a couple of times over the last few days, I've been with his mum, and she speaks highly of his desire for perfection, his desire to be the best he could absolutely be. And he was certainly showing that in his first few years as a police officer.
And this was his dream job, was it?
Yes, it was his dream job. He took a while to get into the New Zealand Police, and he was living his dream.
Could you tell us a little bit more about the specific group you worked with on the Harbour Bridge and how that got introduced?
He spent most of his career actually in Orewa. He spent most of the 2 years he's been out of college in Orewa. He's with the road policing team for the last almost 2 weeks. But his colleague who was injured is from that road policing team.
Speaking about the events of Friday, can you tell us a bit more about that second vehicle which came into the picture, how that came to be?
I can't go into details, I'm sorry. Obviously the matter's now before the court, but we were looking for a number of vehicles, and the investigation team has done a stunning job to piece many parts of what unfolded on Friday together.
So that second silver Mazda, which was mentioned in the media release, you can't say, was that at the scene with the first? The silver Mazda we do have, and that was, yes, dumped not far from Rainella Drive.
What time did you find the accused on Friday?
Approximately 12:20 on Friday. Police colleagues out doing their duty came across a vehicle.
And was he compliant when you found him and arrested him?
I can't go into those details, I'm sorry.
What kind of firearms, and was it in the SSA?
I'm not going to describe the type of firearm, but what I will say is that it's a prohibited weapon.
There are enough guns for all the police that needed them post the shooting immediately.
This incident on Friday unfolded so quickly, and the New Zealand Police conduct thousands of routine traffic stops every day. The circumstances unfolded so quickly that it was very difficult for Matt and his colleague to respond in a way that gave them an opportunity to still be with us.
But in terms of the Auckland Police Force as a whole, were there enough firearms on hand for the situation? I understand there might have been some issues with that in the response initially.
I can't speak to that. I'm not aware of the particular situation, but over the last few years, New Zealand Police has done a lot of work to improve our accessibility for staff in situations that they encounter.
Sorry, As a routine traffic stop, does that mean that the officers involved at that his colleague will not harm themselves if they went armed? What sort of protection do they have?
Well, we apply what we call 10R, which is a risk assessment process in terms of everything that we do, be it a routine traffic stop or a visit to a house or conducting policing duties generally. We have a risk assessment process that we follow. As you know, we don't carry firearms routinely, and you know, that's part of who we are as a country, and it's obviously, you know, sparks a lot of debate. But the reality is, Matt and his colleague, they were out there doing their job. It was a routine traffic stop, and the events then unfolded from there.
Some people in the neighbourhood have spoken to me and on social media have indicated that they have footage, audio or video of events related to this incident. Some people are saying that they recorded this on their phones. Others have said that they've recorded aspects of it on CCTV or home security. What should they do if they have footage that might be of interest? And also, what, if any, penalties might apply to people who were to share this information or footage on social media?
The investigation team has had magnificent support from the community, from a number of people that have, one way or another, footage that will assist us, and we're sincerely grateful for that support, because it means a lot to us to help piece together what occurred on Friday. So we've received a lot of support, we've received quite a bit of footage, and our plea is to anyone out there, if they do have something that they think may assist us further, to please contact the Waitaki Police. And in relation to the second part of your question around it, look, there may be pictures circulating on social media. We obviously ask people to be respectful and to just appreciate the tragedy and the trauma of what's occurred.
Last question, please.
This event, last time we saw something like this was 11 years ago, so I can imagine that just really adds to the shock. Can police really ever prepare themselves for something like this?
Well, you know, policing is a magnificent career. It's a rewarding career. When risk unfolds, we go towards that to keep people safe. We all appreciate, as police officers ourselves, the situations that staff encounter day and night. We do our absolute best, and what I would say is that we are very fortunate to live in a country where we're allowed to get on and do our job with the consent of the public. And you know, Friday's events are a reminder to us all of just how tough that can be.
Sorry, may I ask this? Is the general arming order still in force across Auckland?
No, it's not.
Any word on the crime scene at the moment, when it's all expected to be cleared up or not?
Hopefully very soon. Hopefully soon. We're getting close to finishing our examination of the crime scene, and soon that will be opened up. And today's karakia was one part of the healing process to allow that to occur.
Is the police car that Matt was inside the scene?
No, it's no longer there. No, we have
Is
taken
that the vehicle that they fled the scene in?
No. Thank you, folks. Thanks for your time.